So here's the deal, guys. Let's lay it out there. You ready? I'm getting ready for a Great Depression. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're not doing. I don't know who you're hanging with. I don't know what you think. But we're not wasting any time around here. And I know my followers feel the same way. So let's say it again. We're getting depression ready. Tell them. So first things first, I want to say welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. I've kind of moved in. Cochise. I've kind of moved in so the wind. I think he's fussing at you. Miss Busybody. Yeah, I don't have any animal crackers. Just don't bite my hair. So I'm going to have to step outside of the barn, step outside here for a few minutes. If it's windy, I apologize. But guys, I'm going to tell you what. Everything that you can do right now to get ready for what's coming, when it's going to hit, how it's going to hit, how hard it's going to crash, I can't fully say. But I would rather be prepared for the worst and hope for the best. And you need to be having the same train of thought. You cannot be wasting your time anymore in terms of thinking or worrying about what anybody else says, what anybody else thinks. Here's the bottom line. Who's going to come save you? Who's going to come help you? Who is going to make your house payment or your car payment or feed your babies if it all goes up in flames? You know, that was an interesting choice of words by me, flames. Doesn't it seem like everything is going up in flames right now? Isn't that funny? How does that happen? How does that work? Folks, the sign of the times aren't good. You have to be way out on a limb. You have got to be somewhere floating beyond satellites in space to not recognize everything that is going on. And so therefore, I am going to let you know, if you haven't figured it out, we've been telling you for many, many years now, I've made multiple videos about this subject, that little by little, as best we can, we have tried to learn skills, share skills, teach skills, and do what we can to make our family as self-sustainable as possible. But the urgency to amp it up even beyond what we have been doing is so huge that I can't even tell you about it. What do I mean by that? Well, I can tell you about it, but what I really mean is you can't step into my shoes just like I can't step into yours. People that say things to me or people that say things to you do not live your life. I want you to realize that. I hope you recognize that. Sometimes it's a little bit tough to be on social media and kind of putting ourselves out there because people like to throw out criticisms. Most of them are not criticisms. They actually are helpful advice, but they don't understand. For example, the other day I made a video talking about the price of our chicken eggs, and 99% of you have been fantastic in the comments and understand what I'm talking about and understand my pain. I've given wonderful suggestions, and you are right. We're working with everything every day that we can to make our situation better. But the reality is, it's tough. And I share these stories with you, and I share this reality with you because I want you to understand what farms are going through, okay? There's always room for doing something different or for improvement, yes. But to tell me to free range my hens is unrealistic. What I mean by that is that doesn't work here. And the reason for that is because we have an incredible amount of predators. I just filmed a water glassing egg video in the kitchen before I've done this one. Yes, I'm doing 2 videos today. And I had to stop filming in the middle of the video because we had a fox trying to get into the coop again. See, this is what I'm saying. If my hens were free ranging out into my large open area beyond my coops and beyond my runs, I would have multiple hens daily being picked off by hawks and picked off by a fox. So free ranging in your little backyard that's fenced in and you don't have a garden might work for you or whatever your scenario is, but it doesn't work here. I'm going to have you step inside my office here because I was about to freeze to death up there in the barn and on the driveway. It is cool, y'all. It is cool. But here's the thing. This is what the point is here. You need to be doing everything in your power to be preparing for what is coming our way. When is all this going to hit? What is going to hit? I have no way to fully tell you. But I do know with everything within me and in my family, my entire family will agree, something is happening, something is coming. We can talk about all kinds of different scenarios, from gas prices, inflation, food shortages, supply chain issues, war, that's just a tip of the iceberg. And every single day, you are constantly being bombarded with something new, a new distraction, something else to worry about. I highly encourage you, as I've been saying for weeks and years, months, that you need to be preparing. You are not going to prepare your home and your family the exact same way that I'm preparing mine, or someone down the road is preparing theirs. Let's hope there is somebody down the road, right? This is what I'm talking about. When somebody tells you that you should do this or do that, that may not work for you. The bottom line is for you to have a plan covering the basics. I don't free range my hens because I don't feel like letting my hens being pecked off by every predator, next to the mountain range here, the Smoky Mountains. I don't pay $13, $15 a bag for feed to feed the fox, the coyote, and whatnot, all running around my farm. Okay. I buy these things so that I can feed my family, keep my hens, and to have a customer base to help supplement my farm. So what works for you may not work for me, and vice versa. That doesn't mean that advice is bad. It just means it doesn't necessarily apply. So always know that. Don't take personal what people say or might, don't take anything personal anymore. Frankly, you don't have the time. A lot of people would say, well, if you're producing your own food, why, you probably shouldn't be buying any freeze-dried food or doing this or that or the other. That's not reality. Anybody that tells you that you should not prepare in terms of buying canned foods, freeze-dried foods, canning your items, anything and everything that you can do to put items away for you, your cats and your dogs, your gerbils and your cows and your hens is not doing you any good. I am preparing every which way that we physically can. And it's very hard because, like we've talked about in recent videos, every single day you're being bombarded with new things. The stock market. What you gonna do with your 401k? Should you buy silver? Who's your daddy? I don't know. Is that your mama? Doesn't look like it. It's like every single day your brain is just going, it's like ping pong, back and forth, back and forth. The one constant that you need to stick to, number one, is where are you at spiritually? Because being grounded there and knowing where you stand with that and having a connection with our Lord is number one. Number two, you need to control your stress. Those two things go hand in hand. I made the video the other day about controlling your stress. For me, getting on the driveway, running a mile, stretching, listening to my favorite music. I listen to sermons. I have my quiet time a lot of times there. Some people choose to sit down and read a devotional every day, or however they choose to do it. Whatever works for you, but please get in the time to de-stress physically. You're going to have to be physically fit. As much as as much as you may not want to hear that, okay? Because it can be tough on some people. Please be doing everything that you can to get physically fit, because the physical labor that you may be involved in the near future is going to be overwhelming should something very bad happen. If you suddenly don't have electricity and you have to work with wood heat and you're trying to take care of animals and you're trying to do laundry, it is a 12, 15-hour day just trying to do those things alone. Try it out and find out what I'm saying. This is why I did the Would You Starve series a couple of years ago, where I, for 30 days, cooked outside on wood heat with only what I had. And let me tell you, it is not easy. The meals were delicious, but the majority of my day was taken up by taking care of my animals, doing very basic things, and cooking and tending a fire. In August or in July or September, depending on where you live, with 90, 100 degree weather or whatever you are dealing with, I'm telling you right now, it is very hard on the body. You may have to do things physically that you've never done before. So I say to you again, don't be walking the driveway or lifting a few weights and stretching and trying to get better shape just because of stress. Understand a lot may be coming at you, and the more physically fit that you are, we are, the better off you're going to be, because the expectation is higher than you can reach right now. We don't even understand it. But what should you be doing? What am I doing? I'm doing everything. I'm trying so hard, just like so many of you out there, to get canned items put away. I'm trying very hard to plan my gardens and get my gardens in. This is going to be my final week this week, right at Mother's Day, right after Mother's Day. I've put my tomatoes in because I didn't want them to get bound, but everything else besides my potatoes or my cool crops, everything is going in this week. It's game on this week. Right after Mother's Day, it's going to work out. Whatever time frame works for you, grow as much food as you physically can. If you're going to fail, fail now, because at the rate we are going, you won't be able to fail in 2023, which leads to, I hope you have seeds. I continue to remind you to have seeds. This year, if you are planting your garden, don't just plan to take the harvest in to put in the mason jars. You need to save things out to seed save from as well. Please plan for that. If all you can do is seed save from 2022 for 2023, just a little bit goes a long way, folks, then that is what you do, and that is a big win. One pumpkin can give you dozens and dozens and dozens of seeds. So if you plant pumpkins this year and all of them fail but just one, then that one, you make sure you seed save from it. You absolutely need to be planning a surplus. This is how you are going to be able to easily take care of others. If you have a set amount of items or things or whatever that you're doing for you and your family, and maybe your mom or your dad or whatever you're doing, go beyond that. There is going to be a situation that's going to hit you that you are not prepared for. You may get sick. You may lose a job. Your husband may lose a job. What if, something happens to your garden? So this is why I tell people, when you go and you are actually, this is what I call the time of gathering. This is the time of gathering. Yes, things are getting crazy expensive, but here's the situation. If you listen to a lot of good preppers, if you listen to a lot of good homesteading channels that are talking like me, if you listen to good economists that have you in mind, the best intentions for you, they're going to tell you the exact same thing that I am. You cannot predict the future, but the more prepared that you are in every which way that you can, from beanie weenies to spam to things for unknown situations, you're setting yourself up for success, not failure. If there is something that you need to do for your car, if there is something that you need to do for your house, get it done. If there is something that you need to, hopefully you have the funds to be able to purchase things that you need. I'm basically saying you need to take care of business. Do you need new tires on your car? Do you need your air condition service? Do you need your septic tank pumped? We don't know how things are going to go, but what you are guaranteed is that things are not going to be cheaper. Okay? I mean, whatever the cost is to do something today, I can guarantee you tomorrow or next week it's going to be more expensive. So that alone, there is that. Number two, how do you know you're going to be able to find somebody that has parts for what you need or that can service you? You're not guaranteed that either. So there is that. For example, we put our well in, right? We had our well put in. We have all new system put in we have a well, and we're super excited. We started the move on that as far as getting it reconnected and done. It has taken 11 months for that to get done. 11 months. Now, we are also adding a hand pump. So we couldn't add the hand pump until we had the exact measurement. So we waited to order the hand pump until we actually had the well done. Well, now we have ordered the hand pump and we are going with Simple Pump. Some of you, we looked at Bison as well, but we're going with Simple Pump. And I'm just telling you right now, it's going to take 4 months for me to get it in. 4 months for it to be delivered to my home, and then I'm going to have my wonderful gentleman come back and service it. So it's going to probably be Labor Day until that happens. I know, but there's nothing else we could do. This is the world we're in right now, but we're moving. We stayed very, very diligent with making sure that we kept pushing on it and trying to get all the parts here and get the labor done and everything. This is how long things can take depending on your area, okay? So you may have a guy that can come out tomorrow and do all the work for you. For here, for Southeast Tennessee, because everybody and their mama is moving here and trying to get a well, that's how long it's taking here. So again, what happens to me and what happens in my world and how we try to move on things doesn't mean that applies to you. Everybody's situation is different, but what matters is you are staying at it. Stay at it and keep trying to move on all the things that you need done to your home, for your farm, and for your pantry. I tried to film, but it was a fail. I have a huge red-tailed hawk right over there. She flew across and she landed and I could see her, and I got out to go film. She took off back over. So again, now listen, if Clarice had been, my crazy little rogue hen had been right over there, it'd been winter, chicken dinner. See, the free ranging doesn't apply here. It just doesn't. So, guys, I'm thinking about you. Today we went to Costco. I bought another container of the Ready Wise food containers. Do I have carrots? Yeah. Do I have granola? Yeah. Do I have items canned and eggs coming from hens and wonderful, things? Sure. But it's important to be smart. It's important to be wise with your money right now. It's important to understand that we need to be doing everything possible to put things away every day. Every day, organizing your pantry. Every single day right now, I personally feel every person should be doing something to contribute to the whole point of being prepared for what I feel is coming, for what you feel is coming. You don't need to listen to me. You don't need to turn on the television. You don't need to watch YouTube or look at the news. You can go to the grocery store. You can look at gas prices. You can feel the tension in your own body. You know something is going down. You know something is going on. When exactly, I don't know. But what I do know is every single day that we are given grace, as far as it's not today or it's hopefully not tomorrow, that's another day to prepare. Because I get comments, and I know other channels that I'm watching right now, some really wonderful economic channels. I hear their language. In every single video, just about, they're getting poked in the eyeball or poked in the chest by a bunch of numbskulls, like I do from time to time about what I said it, numbskull. You heard that right. Yes, you did. Numbskulls that will say, well, when's this going to happen? Or when, and let's rub the crystal ball and tell you. Things take time. Collapses take time. The Great Depression of 1929 did not come on overnight. Okay? You're looking at farmers were having problems for years prior to that. We're on the front lines here. See, this is what somebody was talking about in the comment section the other day, and I can't remember your name. I just wanted to come through there and hug you, because basically you agreed in saying, because I've said you're on the farmers and truckers and the blue-collared workers in this country are on the front lines going, this isn't normal, this isn't right, what's going on, look over here. And it's so blatant now, and it's so obvious. I mean, who isn't telling you? They're telling you. They've been telling you. It's really more about, are you paying attention and do you care? That's really what it's about. And the more that we know certain people are not caring or are not doing anything about it, to be honest with you, it motivates me to work harder. It really, truly does. It motivates me to get up every morning and hit the floor and do the best I can for my family, my farm, and my stress level, because we all, and talking and building my relationship with God. I mean, it's just, I'm on fire right now. Are you on fire? Are you on fire? Everything's on fire, so we should be on fire too, right? Don't stop, y'all. Don't stop. Don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to the numbskulls. Because the fact of the matter is, to be prepared for probably the most historic event or chain of events that we could be facing. Some people would say it's not going to be us. It's going to be our children. I hope not. I hope to be here to help my children. But folks, it takes years to prepare for something like that. And I don't say that to scare you. If you just, as I say, woke up yesterday, thank God you woke up. A lot of people are waking up. And the more that wake up, that's good. But at the same time, do understand in terms of supplies, food, and your supply chain, the more people that wake up, that creates more competition for you during this time of gathering. This is why I was telling you back in September, October, you better be doing your due diligence. I sat here at this picnic table, sick as a dog with COVID, and gave you a prepper list back early November. You can go back and pull the video up. That was months ago. If you started listening just then alone and have been very, very busy since, even though you feel like you don't have everything, even though you feel like you haven't done everything, you're always going to feel this way. I want to reassure you how much further and more ahead of everybody else you really, really are. But don't stop. I'm waiting for my hawk to come back. Guys, I love you. I think the cat's out of the bag. I mean, they say we're headed towards a recession. We're in a recession. You've been in a recession, baby. I don't think it's doomsday. I don't think it's a far reach or stretch to say depression. I was telling you about preparing for a depression back in 2016 and 2017. You're welcome to go look those videos up. I appreciate your views. And I appreciate your support. And I know you believe it. You wouldn't be here and you wouldn't be listening to a lot of the great people that I listen to and we've talked about in recent days, listening to them, if you didn't feel it too. You feel something. God's people know, right? God's people know. Guys, I love you. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. I appreciate you being here. I went ahead and filmed 2 videos today because it's Mother's Day weekend, and I don't know if I'll get to film tomorrow because we're going to be celebrating Mother's Day, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. With that, if that video loads today, happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there and grandmamas. And, if you're one of these people that I know I've got some folks in my life and friends that, their mother has gone on to be with the Lord, and so it's a tough day for a lot of people. Take heart and understand they're looking down and they're proud of you. They're proud of you. Don't give up. Guys, I love you. Have a great weekend. Appreciate you being here. Like, subscribe, hit that bell, share this video, and we'll see you on the next video.